What's up, guys? It's Mike over here at Mike's Custom Works, and we are rolling in the 01 Dodge Ram. Valentine's Day had just passed not too long ago, and she just turned 20 years old. Scary, right? 20-year-old truck, still daily driver. She's sitting on 218,932 miles. I'm on my way home from work. Why for the video? Well, I don't know. I like to inform my followers of the coming and goings of my vehicles, being that I'm not, smashing them up or fucking doing oddball shit and stuff. Yeah, I might be customizing, fixing them up and stuff. But one of the things is I'm getting her ready tonight. I got to clean out the bed of the truck. Tomorrow after work, I'm going to drop her off at the shop. She's got to go get that yearly inspection. We all love that civic stuff. Getting that yearly inspection, it's kind of like it's kind of like going on a date with a girl. Like you set yourself up all year or hours or days, getting yourself ready and prepared, and then when that final moment comes, it's either good or like shit hits the fan. And for a while, I've been kind of like melting a little bit. My catalytic converter code is back up, and I got to get a new catalytic converter on the truck. So that's a fun little fiasco and stuff. That's a couple $100 right there. And unfortunately, not downing Yokohama tires, but they discontinued my Mud Terrain Geolander tires. I was deeply depressed when I found out, and these tires have been on this truck longer than they've been on most people's vehicles. The treads are all cracked on them and stuff, and it's been getting a little sketchy, the tread and stuff, because I wasn't able to really rotate these tires or get them balanced, because the 35-inch tires are hard to get them balanced in the places I go in New York. It's hard to find somebody who can balance them and stuff on the truck. So unfortunately, they are what they are, and you got really bad uneven tire wear, which kind of sucks. But what are you gonna do? There's a guy driving around with a spare tire on his car, and it's like that thick. And width-wise, it's like the weirdest thing. I see that car at the gas station, and it looks like something that should be on an episode of Whistling Diesel. Who I do like, even though he fucks up a lot of vehicles I like and have. It's everybody be doing the same shit if you had the money to do so, or the free time to do so. I'd like to buy an old Honda Civic, make it look like a Fast and Furious car, and just smash it into a cornfield and see how far it can get before it fucking dies. But I just don't really have the time or the effort, and to find one that's cheap enough that I can throw into a junkyard afterwards and still make a profit is kind of hard. But anywho, so I discovered that they stopped making those tires for 16-inch rims, and the only way you can get them now is on like 17 or 18s. I'm not buying big-ass rims to put on this old truck. Big-ass rims on an old truck just looks really gaudy and stupid. On a newer truck, 20-inch rims somehow weirdly matches them. But 16-inch rims or 15-inch rims look good on older trucks. They always have, and they always will. Especially one that's an off-roader. If it's something that's like, you're going for big-ass rubber band tires, it's a different scenario. But this is a true blue, off-roader. The only thing that's stock on this truck is part of the body and the engine. Everything else has been changed. Everything else is aftermarket. There's a lot of attachments to the engine, as you guys have seen throughout the years. It's all aftermarket. I got custom suspension under the truck by Superlift. They extended my wheelbase so that my tires would clear the body when I put bigger tires on it due to the lift. I got like massive travel suspension on my truck. That's why I have this weird bucking back and forth that kind of happens. It's the bouncing from the front and the rear and stuff. But it's like a soft ride. It's like a soft bump. It's almost like I'm sitting on air ride suspension with this Superlift suspension setup. And that's been in the truck for a while, and I had never had issues with it for years, so I can't really complain about it. The truck obviously has been through a lot, hell and high water. It started off as a plain Jane at a used truck dealership. It was bone stock. We bought it back in 2007. My father and I, we've had it since 2007. It's 2021. You do the math on that one. After that, we did a little minor stuff. I put a push bar on it. Still was bone stock at the time. I did a cold air intake from, I think it was like RPM and KNG. I changed them throughout the years until I finally found that Volent one that I have. I like that one the most because after I cut it and I put a cover on it, I can just switch out my air filter, and it's got the Fender intake, and it also has the cold air intake, which sticks out right next to the grill. So I get that nice cold air intake where it's not sucking up the water. Looks like I'm like the headless man over here as I entered the tunnel. So what's going on? So tomorrow we're going to drop off the truck. I'm going to show you guys the tires as soon as I get home. I'm almost there now. Show you what my tires look like now before I switch them out. So you guys get to see exactly what I mean by like the cracking on the treads and stuff. And the truck has thousands of miles on these treads. It's not like there's a few miles on these treads. There's thousands of miles that are on these treads, and these tires have been through snow and sand and mud and dirt and rocks, and they've been through a lot. I had them on the beach for like, when I got these tires, I had the truck on the beach as a daily. It was every day on the beach. I was living on the beach. So I was driving on and off the beach, driving on the pavement with them, during when I got off the beach, go home, drive on the sand, 30-mile drive in the sand. I never had an issue. These tires, I never had an issue. You had to let the air out of them, of course, like any tire, to make them soft. But these suckers it just went with these tires. It was like nobody's freaking business. And that's when I fell in love with like the directional tires. I always thought they were cool because they're unique. They had that tractor tire look to them. And I fell in love with them because of that. Plus, they kind of like helped me get out of a lot of situations, not just off-roading wise, but like I would be at work and somebody would drive across like the lawn at whatever company I was at. And there'd be a couple guys with Jeeps and trucks and Suburbans, and right away they're like, "Oh, Mike did it, Mike did it, Mike did it." And I'm like, "Nope, those aren't my tires. Not only are they too freaking narrow, but they're not the same tread that's on my truck." And then they go out there and look at my truck, and they got these, big ass freaking 12-inch tires. They got the treads on them and stuff, the tractor tread style. And then people are like, "Oh, okay, shit, those aren't your tires." I'm like, those tracks don't match your tires. I'm like, yeah, exactly. So a lot of that shit I was able to get away with and stuff. And then just driving on the road in the snow. We just had snow a couple weeks ago. It was like 1.5 feet of snow, 35-inch by 12-inch, Yokohama Geolandar tires. I made that snow look like it was nothing. Heavy snow, thick snow, slushy snow, frozen snow, no problem. Soft powder, doesn't matter. Just drives right through it without any effort. Regular four-wheel drive, nothing fancy, not four-wheel low. Just like, whoop, just drove through the snow like it wasn't even there. It was great. They slide like, any vehicle slides like they do on, on like ice and stuff. But, absolutely no issues with that. I had no issues with, with the snow aspect of it. The ice aspect of it, of course, you're going to have a little trouble with ice. Ass expert. So yeah, tomorrow's an inspection, catalytic converter, and getting the 4 new tires on that I have that are in the house, and I'm going to show you those in a couple seconds. I just got home now. So let's see. Like for an example, I got snow on one side of my driveway. So when I go to back my truck in, nice clunk into reverse. I have absolutely no issues. Boink. Up the snowbank. I'm in 2-wheel drive, mind you. The front wheels up. It's like no snow in my driveway. It's like the craziest thing right now. Only in the entrance. Yeah, I'm gonna put it right about here so I can access the bed of the truck. Alright. That looks good. Unlock the doors. Alright, so I'm gonna show you guys what I'm gold. Here's the golden boy. Anyway, so let's see. Ow. So let's take a look at these tires, right? So this is kind of a little hard to see, but you can see like the cracks right here, and the cracks run all the way through into the back. That's just the back tires. The front tire's no better. This one looks like it's a little low on air, but because I was going to the shop anyway to get new tires. I just decided not to put air in them. But, you know, look at the cracks in here. Got all the cracks in here. That's what kind of sketches me out in there. You know, the tire's a little wet, so it's kind of hard to see them, but there's all these little cracks, and you can see there's more tread back here, and there's less tread here. And I was never really able to rotate them. I think I only rotated them, like, theoretically twice. You know, I put the backs on the front, and the fronts on the backs, but you can't really alternate them like you could with regular tires because they're directional tires. So if I stick them the other way, then they look retarded, and I don't want to look retarded. But look at this cracking on here. I mean, that is some massive cracking on here and stuff. It's you know, it's a sketchy thing to look at and stuff. And I've had a lot of people, you know, at different places I've worked, they're like, man, your tires are all dry rotted. And I'm like, yeah, they kind of mix their dry rotted, stress cracking. You know, they've been on there for a while. That nail's been in there forever. Tire's still hard, you know, like it didn't fucking change. These are really thick ass tires. And these are the Yokohama Geolandar MTs. They're 315 75/16s. Yeah. It says 35 PSI, which always freaking amazes me. They're a thick ass fucking tire. And you know, of course, when you see the Challenger, I did the same thing when I bought the Challenger. I went for directional treads at that point because I had to. Because I also, before the Challenger, I put directional treads on my Camaro. I'll show you that in a second. Yeah, fuck that. I didn't feel like digging through the garage door. Alright, so what we have over here, and I'm going to be lugging them out soon, is my replacements. Now, what's funny is these things don't look as wide, but they are yet a directional tread pattern. Holding the camera doesn't help you. They look like, definitely, they got a bigger lug in between. Look at the thickness of these lugs. These are going to make some massive noise on the road compared to the other tires. The lugs are much further away than the Geolandars. This tire is actually made by Crosswind. Right? Crosswind MTs. They're the same thing. They're 315 75/16s. The PSI on these tires run at 65 instead of 35. Let's see, what else can I show you guys on these tires? They're made in Thailand just like those were. And these are brand new tires. They were made on the 28th week of 2020. So I made sure when I ordered them that they came like right off the press. I didn't buy tires. Always make sure when you look for this number here, the 4-digit number, if you're shopping in a store and they have the tires, make sure you check that number. You don't want to buy an old tire, okay? These tires were made last year in the 28th week of 2020, so they're probably soaked in COVID because they are from Thailand. Wow, I'm gonna get in a lot of trouble for that one. But what else can I tell you about them? They're called Ling Long Tire. That's a great name, made from Thailand. Ling Long Tire. But Crosswind Mud Terrains. Export only. Kind of interesting. Tag on there. I ordered them from Amazon. And they're like about $100 and change for each tire. So that wasn't really bad. Because the Yokohamas, when I first bought them, they were like $250 a tire. So, you know, already like 2 tires, I'm at $500. I'm at $1,000 for 4 tires. 4 of these tires only hit like $800. So it really wasn't that bad compared to when I, you know, went for the Yokohama tires. But those are going to be on the truck, and we do have some snow coming up soon, so you guys will get that little video of the snow patrol. I need you to get me like a bucket. I got shit in the back of the truck I want to get rid of. Anyway, so you guys will get that little video of me trying out the new tires. Now what's funny is I actually laid up the tires next to these tires, and I swore that those tires were more narrower than these guys are. These guys, you know, they look like, you know, you're looking at my hand here. They look like they're, I forgot when it was when I measured them. They're like 12 and change. Or they were like 12 exactly. Those were like 10s or 11s. But this has also been sitting on the truck to squash down. I know they're spread out a little bit more because these rims are custom rims They're offset rims, and they're 16.5s. They're not the regular 16-inch rim, and they're a wide rim too. So it kind of like comically stretches out the back, comically stretches out the tires. But I got to get that shit out of there with all those nails before I put the new tires in, because I don't want to put holes in my tires before they get mounted. It just you're batting zero at that point. But anyway, guys, I will see you soon, or you will see me soon. I probably won't see you unless you send a video to me. Then I'd see you. But then my girlfriend might get mad. So don't send me a video if you're a girl. Or a guy, I don't know. Anyway, guys, I will see you in a couple videos, or a couple days down the road when we get some snow, and you guys get to see exactly how good these new tires go in the snow. And with the new catalytic converter, my truck will finally get up and go a little bit more, because right now it's kind of been a little bogging down. So anyway, stay crazy.